All right, it's 6 o'clock. Go ahead and call it back into session. I know we had recess last night. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I think we did a good job last night pressing through. LeBron, did you hear from anybody else that wasn't here last night? Okay. I think we did agree that to leave it till 6:15, just to wait to see if anybody else shows up, and if no one else shows up, then we'll go ahead and start reviewing the applications and issuing the grants at that time. If y'all good with that, Mike, you good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Whatever y'all say, buddy.
I think the government told us.
I was going to ask you what happened, Mr.
Well,
Fields.
I didn't know.
You must
Farmers
have
always just
hit
think,
it on that or
I
something.
guess it had swollen up or something. I
Didn't
don't
know.
even know what it is. Yeah, I guess I scrubbed it somewhere. Hurt it up. Doesn't hurt it.
Do I have a list in here somewhere of what y'all are gonna vote on? Is that what you're looking at there? Is this what I need to be working from?
Yes, sir.
And you,
I got mine a little different.
oh, okay.
So I don't get
Is that what
confused.
everybody else is working?
Mhm.
Excuse me.
While we're waiting, do you want to, LeBron, how'd y'all do it last year? I know this is kind of the first go around for all of us on this committee. Just start from the top and just work through it. Is that how you all did it last year?
So if y'all still have the stapled copies, if you'll go to that last page, this is gonna be a different set of numbers. So
Okay.
you've got 65,000 to divvy out here.
Okay,
I would start there and then we'll go
Okay.
work our way through.
we can do that. You feel good about that?
What page is it on?
Third.
Third page, that's a recreation.
Do you have an extra
part.
one by any chance?
Do I have what?
An extra one, because I had left all of my notes. I grabbed the wrong notebook from
That
last
should be
night.
in Chris's,
What's that?
in Chris's package.
No, I've got the applications. I'm just saying just from the handout that she gave us.
Well, for one, there should be one in the packet for Chris.
Whose
Oh,
is
did y'all
this?
put one in there for him?
I would think there was one in there.
Whose is this?
I think she handed it out
Chris Dow.
separately though.
Oh, did
Okay.
You
You
need
got an
one?
extra?
I got this.
You sure?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And a shameless plug for self-promotion in the interest of time. On the ones that have asked for the same thing and they've been here, I'll go ahead and approve them unless you would get somebody. And then consider what you got left. So you don't have to do it one by one by one. And it makes it easier to take the minutes for sure.
Is that the will of the committee, or do y'all want to go by each one? Is there anything that you guys want?
What was the committee that did it that way, and then if they had asked for extra, they moved anything they asked for extra to the needs assessment?
That's what we did for development and tourism.
That's what y'all did the other night, wasn't it? That worked pretty well, didn't it?
I don't know, we'll see.
Well, I mean,
It went
for the
fast.
committee purpose. For the committee purpose,
I think it went real fast. I think
Yeah.
it worked fine.
yeah.
That'd be up to Diane if we get it or not.
Just like your legal community clubs asked for, they got 3,000 last year, they asked for 5.
Mm-hmm.
So if you followed that rule, they'd get 3, and then you'd put that 2 extra on the,
So
Needs
this is what
assessment.
they've gotten for the past 4 years. So what you're looking at that physical, yeah, that's what they got this year.
oh, they got 5? So they,
Mhm.
okay.
The needs are in here. I mean, they're.
Okay. So Statesville FCE didn't get in, put anything in?
Well, see, that's actually
Sarah
So-
Patton?
compared to, it's compared to with, what's that?
The
The
fire.
Faithful Grange.
The Grange.
See,
One's got
I
0,
think
one's
2
got
years
5.
ago-
It's the same,
was it 2 years?
it's 2,500.
She asked for 2,500 for each of them.
Yeah. But it's under the Statesville Grange.
So we had multiple organizations like
Mhm.
Sarah Patton's, Statesville Grange, and then the FC were broke out separately and
Mhm.
turning in 2 different applications.
Right.
So we combined those 2 if they were together, so that they would get one lump sum. A lot
Mhm.
easier for me and
Yeah.
y'all, really.
Sure. And the same thing with the Wilson County Civic Lead, I'm sorry, what's that first one on the first page? It was the Mid-Cumberland Human Resources Agency. There's like 5 of them there that I noticed that it was all kind of lumped together, so I got you.
Didn't they give them one sum and let them divide it up the way they wanted?
Mm-hmm. I think that's how it happens.
I'm not trying to get on you, I'm just,
No, you're good.
I got 34 years of doing this, and this is not an easy committee.
Right.
We're learning that,
Yeah.
you know, for all of us, you know.
Am I reading this right? The people that put in a request total 65 exactly?
Mhm.
And that's what y'all got, 65?
Mhm.
That's an easy
Well,
one.
we
isn't it?
got
Well, it would-
What's that?
yes, it would be. Well, I don't know what they put out on, I didn't go through each, I had asked for help this year.
5,700.
5,700?
I think that's what you said.
No,
Monday.
I forgot to add one. I didn't write theirs down. Wilson County Civic League asked for 14,500. I didn't put that on there.
See, all my notes from last night are at the house. I grabbed the wrong one.
Dang, they just threw my whole,
Your math off.
yeah, because now it's not 5,700 anymore. It's less. $20,200. Damn. I'll leave it on there. Excuse me.
What is like a total of 8.5 or 9% increase total?
I'll give y'all a little history while y'all are waiting. Diane will remember this, but she wasn't on the commission. But when her dad was, the law used to be, when you appropriated to these folks, it had to be in 2 readings. The only thing, you can pass a budget, you can pass a multi-million-dollar budget on 1 reading, but these had to be in 2 readings, consecutive months, individually. There was no consent agenda. So there was 2 months there where we may have 65 or 70 resolutions, and 40 of them would be voting on these things individually.
Mm.
And there was no way to handle it through a consent agenda or whatever. Now you do the 1 vote for the 65 with these listed under,
Mm.
and they only make you do it 1 time. But at that time, it was a terror. And I mean, the lady working for me, when I'd break down the end, she just kind of like, I'd just say, please stand over here,
Mm.
Yeah. And but your dad, he went through many of those. And he'd just shake his head, and I said, I don't know anything else to do. Yeah. Yeah, he would.
So my question would be, I know that that's, on this one, it's 65,000 for total. If we did it the way you said, Mike, I know that there's some that we want to look at that maybe to increase, and there might be a couple of them that we might wind up decreasing. So
Yeah.
that's the kind of how to work through that. So
I'd do those individually and get those out of the way, and then make sure your bottom line total's still good, and then you can vote on all of it.
So let's try this.
That's the way it's worked best in the past, Justin. Y'all
Okay.
do it any way you
Sure.
want to. And when you get ready for me to hush, I will.
no, you're good. You're
At least
good.
temporarily
Yeah.
for a while
Yeah.
anyway.
Right.
Till Bulldog stirs me up,
What did I do?
You ain't done nothing yet.
Okay,
It's what's
okay.
coming, I know.
So let's find.
I'm trying to see
those,
the joy.
If you don't mind.
You all
Do
didn't
what?
show up
Let's
last
find
night.
the
Didn't
ones
ask.
for here, and then I
So,
can go ahead and write down.
For the
all
second
that.
set right here,
Mhm.
Noreen Community Center,
Did not. Give me the ones that all did show. I'm just gonna do what you did.
Wilson County Civic League.
Those were all-
E, Cumberland, Greenville, Lebanon, baseball.
Mhm.
Then
Should
drop down to
be
Louisville,
alphabetical.
FCE.
Yeah, these are all
Now
the
Juliet League, Statesville,
requests
FCE,
you're looking for.
Louisville,
Yep.
Oh,
Skip West
recreation,
Wilson
they're all in there
basketball.
together.
and
since
the rest
they-
of them shut
Yeah,
down.
but you're looking for a form like that?
I'm looking for, Wilson County Civic League.
So they-
Oh, okay,
In the
so it
back.
should be first?
It's in the back. They're all in, alphabetical order.
All right. There's Tucker,
Joyce, there's another $4,000.
there's Wes Wilson, and that one's Wood, so it'll be behind, WI be behind WU. And nothing where's Statesville Grange, Oakland.
I had other people put this stuff in. order
Yeah, I
for me.
think your theory may be shot.
All right, if you hand me half, I will look through half and then you can,
Well-
we'll find them together.
All right. And since you said it was in the back part, I'll take the back part. I think, if I can get them out of here.
15,000.
15,000 extra for
Seven,
lunch.
4, and 4.
15, yep. So, yeah, 15,000 each allocate.
And we're Wilson, we're looking for Wilson County Civic League, right?
Uh-huh.
All right.
So I think Mike might be right on this, like, we look at like, Chuckers, we're gonna do 9,000.
Mhm.
Actually, that's a bad place to start, because look at Chronicles and stuff. We put it right now, like, Greenville Community Center.
Mhm.
My son, okay. So, legal, she got 5,000 when she showed me. I think that's another 3,000.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, so we can knock that out right now. They asked for 7 last year, they asked for 7 this year, knock it out.
Mhm.
35 million last year, 35 this year, knock it out.
Is that the one you're looking for?
Right?
E-
They only want $500.
Yes, yes, it's.
And we've got,
Pulled up Tucker.
like I said, we've
and went
got,
behind
you
it.
know, and that's what I'm saying, we just got to go from
Knock
there.
that- they only want
All right, don't cover up
$500.
Tucker's yet, 'cause
Knock
I'm gonna
that
need
one
that one here in just a
Okay.
minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can knock out
So they are.
those real
So do
fast.
we articulate just the ones that's asked for status quo? Go ahead and vote on you.
I think we just
Or
call
which
them out.
ones are we gonna just,
Call them out one at a time, you know,
okay.
and keep a running tally on how much we have left. You know,
36, 25.
I mean, I'm sort of with you on this one.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I say we do the other line sort of the same way. If they're asking for the same thing they got last year, let's just knock them out of the way and mark them off the list.
Okay. Do we do that all as status quo?
Unless it was something that one of us has a problem with.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, I don't have my notes with me, so it's kind of one of those things that I'm gonna have to, okay. All right, let's,
Okay.
You ready for Tucker?
I can get my little pencil to work, okay.
We get more ciphering device
Got
first.
another?
yeah,
Tucker
calculator.
prepared,
device.
did-
Well, I
Alright.
thought if I brought my pencil, it would be easier if I, had to erase or do anything.
You just don't make mistakes and you don't have to erase.
There you go. Okay, so 14.
Back in me in a minute and I'll deserve a little bit of it.
All right, let's go ahead and start knocking this out. So on the back page, we are showing the total of 65,000. Going through here, just off the top of my head, I'm noticing the ones that did not show up last night or present, and I think a total I've got on here is 15,000. And you might want to check it out. I'll slide over here to you, LeBron, real quick. Well, here I'll just call them out real quick that didn't present. Noreen Community Center for the 4,000. Also, let's see here, the Joyce Center, last year I know they had 4,000, but they didn't present. Also West Wilson Basketball Association that didn't present, and last year they got 7,000.
So the Joyce Center didn't turn in an application at all.
Mm-hmm. So the ones I just called out is the ones that we have noted that they did not present last night on this. And so that's, if my math's right, that's $15,000 that we can use to reallocate.
If you so choose.
So
to do
choose,
so.
okay.
Mhm.
So let that just kind of be for each committee member on top of your head. If there's something that you want to address or talk about, we can do that. All right, what's going to be the best way? We're going to do per application, or you want to?
Well, I think the ones that are asking for the same thing, that they asked for last year.
Mhm.
I think we can go ahead and grant that and get those out of the stack,
Okay.
and start deducting from there.
Okay.
So,
So which ones are we looking at that's asked for the same? I know that you got that or noted.
so Oakland FCE Community Club is asking for 3,500. That's the same thing they asked for last year.
Okay,
And, I'm okay with that if you guys are okay with that.
I'm good with that.
I'm okay with that.
Let me find it so I can get it out of my stack. So we could call that good. The next one would be,
Two states were saying.
No,
They're-
she's,
Combined,
she's
You gotta
combining.
open them in it.
it's
Same that
5,000.
So Leeville FCE Community Club,
Mm-hmm.
she was given 5,000 last year. She only asked for 3,000 this year. I think, I don't have a problem with that.
Okay,
If y'all don't have a problem with that. The next one would be, Gladeville Community Center. No, I already said that, didn't I? No, I didn't. That was
Mhm.
over. Gladeville Community Center asked for 7,000. They got 7,000 last year. I'm good with that. Okay, Lebanon Youth Baseball asked for 5,000. Let me find it. They asked for 5,000. They only got they got 5,500 last year.
Mhm.
So I actually asked them for less. So I'm okay with that. What are we up to?
Now you're saying to give them what they were asking for versus what they had last year?
They only asked for 5,000.
I'm only just whatever they asked for.
Okay.
Um, let me get all my ducks gathered back up.
Greenville Community Center.
What?
Greenville Community Center. What they asked for?
4,200.
Okay.
You said 43 hours, down 42.
That's what he
No,
said, 42.
42.
Mhm.
Okay, so Wilson County Special Olympics asked for 6,500. They got 6,000 last year. They only asked for a $500 increase. I'm good with that.
6,500?
Yep.
Okay.
And I guess this is where we're gonna have to start doing some debating on, because everything else is gonna be,
Tucker's Crossroads asked for the same thing, 9,000.
yeah, but
That's going to be one that we're going to probably
Adjust.
address and just, yeah,
Okay.
on that one. Let's go ahead and just talk about Tucker's, since that's going to be probably the probably one that we want to look at. How much do we have left over, or what do we
Right now,
have?
we're sitting at, well, I added Tucker's in, so let me get that right. We're right now at 25,000
Okay.
That we have available.
that we've spent
We've
out of
spent.
65.
Do we want to? Let me just do this. Do we want to see what we've got left once we knock out the small ones, and then?
yes.
Okay, we'll do that instead. See what else we have left over. Sorry about that. Go ahead. You got our list. Which one you go with next?
Well, I got Lebanon girls softball laying in front of me, so we'll go there.
Okay.
They were not awarded a grant last year for whatever reason. They're asking for $4,000. They have received $4,000 in the past, back in fiscal year 2020 and 2021. I don't know anything about 22, 23, but they have received this amount in the past. Lebanon baseball, we just granted them 5,000. I don't really have a problem with 4,000 to the girls softball program.
Mr. Fields, any comment?
As far as, I mean, we could split it and give both of them 4,500. Cut the youth baseball ball by 500 and add 500 to the softball.
Hmm.
Well, Lebanon Youth Baseball is already asking for 500 less than they got last year.
So they're asking for 5 this year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's from 500.
I'd say let's just keep it at 4,000. Give them 4,000 this year. Is that the will of the committee or any
Mhm.
comments?
I'm good with it.
Well,
Talk to me.
I'm still, did they submit late last year, or did they not submit at all?
They didn't submit it all. She's the one that said that she didn't receive the email.
It was 2 years in a row.
Was it 2 years in a row?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's what I would go with.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of there's a lot of organizations that I keep up with, and I just keep them in there until they ask me to change or update email information. I don't go in there and adjust just because. So I'm not sure if they had a changeover or my email happened to go in their junk mail or what. But that was what they told me. I can only do so much tracking down.
Right. Oh, I'm not,
Oh, no, I know.
I just have a concern of giving them something they didn't request. Be it their
Last
fault
year?
or our fault.
Last year, you mean?
Well, the last 2 years.
I mean,
They requested it this year.
Do what?
said that they requested this year for 4. She said that she didn't get the emails, and that's all I can go off of. I don't have any proof of that. They did apply, correct? They put in an application.
Last year, no.
This year, though, obviously, they
Yeah, I wrote that for
Or you want to give them more, or what do you?
I wouldn't give them any more. I can stay with
Is there a
4.
number? Is there a number
I
that
can
you
stay.
like that you want to entertain, or?
Four's fine. 4's fine.
Okay. 4,000 to the Lebanon Softball Girls Association.
Yep. Next one, and I didn't mention this one a minute ago. It got past me until just now. Statesville Grange is actually asking for half of what they got last year. So that's another 2,500 that we can.
I think they're combining.
They are, but wait a minute. You're right.
They're yeah. She just want to keep it the same between Grange and the
There it is.
Statesville FCE.
That's what I did.
2,500.
So let's go ahead and do that one.
Sure.
We'll give them. We'll grant the 5,000 for the Statesville Grange, which will include Statesville FCE.
Mhm.
So we're good with that. We've already done the community center for Glayville, correct?
Mhm.
So they're getting their 7. Okay. About Jewett Lee.
That's a tremendous increase.
That is a tremendous increase. Let me pull my paperwork and we'll see what they had.
10,000 is what they're requesting.
Yeah.
Lights, I think something to do with, no, it wasn't the lights, that was Tucker's.
I mean, they just got a major sponsorship from Two Rivers Forward.
To rebuild or re-fence all the batting cages on site.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thanks. The camera guy is locked out.
I can't in good conscience going from $4,000 to $10,000.
I agree. I do want to see it increase just because of the fact it's been 4 years. And it's stayed at 4,000, and I know that they've grown tremendously. I know they have.
I can meet them halfway in the 7.
I'm good with 7. Mr. Clark,
I'm good with 7.
good with 7. All right, and we're going to increase. We're going to give them 7, and we'll wait for Miss LeBron so she can hear this. So
She had to go let the cameraman,
he get locked out.
apparently,
Bless his heart.
somebody called her. Which one did y'all give the 7,000 to?
Mount Juliet League.
Mount Juliet League, okay.
Mhm.
What did you do with West Wilson Basketball Association?
They
Or
did
have
not
you?
come.
They did not come. They did not so we crossed them out.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Did we do that one?
Mhm.
What do we want to give them?
The 3,500 that, yeah, I'm sorry. We gave them yeah, 3,500, same as they got last year.
The Mount Juliet Youth.
No, I was trying to catch up over here. Why? What did we give the West Wilson Special Olympics? Did we do that?
That's the one that we gave the $500 increase to,
So we're at 65 here.
65, that's right.
Okay. And then, let's see, that's 0. So next up will be,
Legal.
I want to look at
Riverhead
that. I do want to, I want to look at
7,000
legal.
to the Mount Juliet League.
I put a question mark. I know that we talked about it, but I want to go back and revisit that, please.
Legal, we're moving on once she's back. She's back.
So we'll be at what?
Greenville.
What did we do for Lebanon youth basketball? Did we do that yet?
It was Lebanon Youth Baseball. We did-
Baseball, I'm sorry.
We did that one because they asked for less than they did.
What did we give them?
5,000.
Okay. And then we're at Greenville Community. I got you. We ready? All right. So we did for your paperwork there, Miss LeBronya, for the Mount Juliet League. We decided to go with awarding them 7,000 for grant versus the 4 from last year. Next up, we're looking at Greenville Community Center.
Here again, that's, they haven't increased it since 2020, but that's still a pretty substantial increase.
What are they asking for? I don't have my notes.
4,200.
To 4,200.
I mean, they were across the board from 2020 on, but, and I know things have increased, but
And I know that there's a few that have not, like I said, they've not put their app in and they're crossed out, so we have a little money to wiggle.
We appropriated the whole 65 last year, or did we keep a little in reserve? We
Well-
used to keep a little in reserve.
Where we at on our total right now?
He's asking total.
I'm sorry.
Where are we at on our total right now?
are at 41,000.
That's what I came to.
Yeah, we're good. You said they're asking for 42?
Yeah. That's a $1,600 increase, but they haven't increased it, like I say, since they began in 20, well, I guess.
He put on his application, he had a $1,400 roof repair
20.
that he's gonna have to, he's got an estimate of a $1,400 roof repair to be done.
It's like $400 a fiscal year.
Y'all have a number that y'all want to, I mean, is this the will of the committee, are we looking to increase it? Or we're going to, what's the will? I'll entertain anything that you guys have. I'd like to increase it more than $2,600 from what they got last year and for the past 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, he's asking for 4,200.
I'd say we increase it
How about 3,900? That's a 50% increase.
39.
Yeah. It's $1,300 versus 16. And that's 50%.
If you want to do that, let's just do 4,000. You just want to give them just 4,000?
3,900.
Or 3,500.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, come on, $3,800, $12.18.
No.
38, 12, 18.
I tell you, how about we just do this? If you want to do 39, I'll raise let's give them 4,000.
Okay. all right.
4,000. Cumberland University, they requested 10, right? 10 grand, I believe, is what they had requested.
That's correct.
To help repair fields.
Yep,
It's what?
to help repair fields. And I
The
think
football
apply
field, they're trying to get some,
turf.
make it capacity for the high schools to use them or something, for Turner or something.
I'm going to pass over that.
It was the athletic director, and he was kind of, he was new at this, he said. So he wasn't-
Ron Pavin? He's not new at being
No.
athletic director, he may be new at asking for money.
No, well,
Ron Pavin's the athletic director.
okay,
Pavin,
well, that's the
yeah.
guy that showed up.
He's a nice guy.
It was Ron, yes.
I didn't say he was.
Yeah, I just,
Mount Juliet Youth,
Mount Juliet Youth.
is that the will of the committee to pass over the Cumberland University?
We will come back to that one.
Revisit, okay.
Mount Juliet Youth is question 35, same as they've had for the last, well, they didn't have last year, but the
What are they requesting this year?
35. That's what I wrote down. If I
Okay.
had it.
Yep.
I'm good with that.
All right, I'm good with that.
So 35 to the Mount Juliet Youth.
Yep.
And have we already done Wilson County Civic League?
We have not.
Have not? Okay, let's do that.
Worcester County Civic League is requesting $14,500,
Yep.
an increase from the $2,400 they received last year.
I'm pressing 14, what?
Yep.
14.5?
14,500.
It's a big jump.
Let me interject for a second here. They are the ones that have the 5 different organizations built in one. So this
Okay.
one.
Which one is that
Okay,
one?
okay,
They were.
okay.
Okay, I see what you're
would
saying.
probably go with what they got last year, which was the 2,400, and then split the rest between the other organizations on the other side.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. This one has to come out strictly from this line.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I'm good with that. So let's go ahead and keep it at 2,400 from what they had from, if that's the will of the committee. You see what I'm saying? Flip over.
4,
I'm good with that.
5,
Because I was shocked when I
It's
looked up.
9,300.
12,000.
Mhm.
Okay.
never mind.
I'll add it.
sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I did not realize that was the same.
Yeah, over here on the other one, on the front page, or on the second page, coming out a different line.
Yeah, I did not realize that was the same.
So if
It looks like it, because that's all per the all the applications together. Yeah.
Correct.
And the other ones will come out another line.
Mhm.
If I'm up to date, we are, on the back page, we're only lacking Tucker's Crossroads and Cumberland University, correct?
That would be correct.
And then did you guys decide, totally against West Wilson basketball and Noreen?
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't put in the Noreen.
Okay.
And you didn't give Joy Center anything?
Joy Center did not, they did not submit an application.
Okay. So you're at Tucker's, he said, and
Let's look at the Leeville if we can, please. Leeville FCE Community Club. I know we talked about it, and I want to go back to that. I hold dear to it because I know they took a hit from the tornado, and they do have a double wide, and I know they asked for the what they asked for.
They asked for 3,000.
They
No,
asked for-
they asked for 20.
They asked for 3,000, they received 5,000 last year.
Can I meet them at what they asked for? What 2,800 this year?
Are we talking about Leeville?
Leeville, yeah.
They asked for 3,000, they received 5 last year.
Okay.
When I run their numbers, they are right at about $2,900 a year with utilities
Okay.
and insurance.
I'd like to increase it just a little bit to
About 3,500.
that's fair.
Because you know the utilities
Yeah.
are going up.
Yeah, that's fair. 3,500 for Leeville.
We at 51,400.
I'm sure we
So I got some scratches here, I saw.
What'd you say there, Mr. Here, we'll add it up. Let the finance lady over there do her thing.
are. 51,400.
Not too bad.
51,000.
So we got 13,600 that we can do something with, if that's the will of the committee. If my math is right. What was the two that we were going to look at?
You know, I know Cumberland asked for 10, but Cumberland gets a lot of grants. They get a lot of donations.
Sure.
And I still can't get over that young man from Tucker's Crossroads Recreation taking $38,000 out of his pocket to keep that running.
you talking about Charlie Hubner?
Give me
Mhm.
Mr. Hubner. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's done it for years.
Mm-hmm.
I just, and
Which ones we have left there? Is it just those two?
just those
Tuckers
two.
and Cumberland, how much money do we have left?
$13,600.
Well, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to entertain the thought of giving them the $13,600 and we'll be even out from now
You gonna do, you for it?
to Tucker's.
So 13,600 to Tucker's.
That's the last, correct? The last.
And that
that-
leaves Noreen with 0. That leaves West Wilson basketball at 0 and Cumberland University at 0.
Okay.
Correct?
And Joy Center.
And the Joy Center.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can tell you what Cumberland's argument is, and then I'll give you the counter to that, since we're
Sure.
on TV, aren't
We are.
We are.
we? Okay. Cumberland lets some of our junior high middle school teams use their football field because they don't have a middle school field.
Sure.
Now, then I can make the argument that the school system ought to put that there.
Right, right.
Maybe I should have kept my mouth.
No,
shut.
thank you.
Probably just made everybody in the county make.
No, it's fine. That's, I mean, sometimes that's how it works. But,
You're at 65.
You're at 65.
All right, I think what you need to do, Justin, if y'all are satisfied where you are at the 65, is make a motion to approve the $65,000 with the list that you've given LeBron.
all right, I'll make that motion that we
Second.
approve what we've put into play here. If we, that's the will of the committee. Mr. Clark,
What did we do, 13.6 for Tuckers?
13.6, which was left over from what we allocated.
Yes.
That's from last year, so that's a $4,600 increase.
Yep.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Uh,
All right,
I'm not making office till this weekend. Before we end this weekend. Don't make me a copy. I wouldn't remember what it's called.
It's okay.
all right. Now,
So now you're over on the health and welfare part.
now which ones didn't show up? I like what you did.
The ones that I have that did not show up is going to be the Vine Branch Fellowship.
Hold on one second. I'm going to find these when you call them out. Who was it?
Let's see. Well, so Country K-9, if we're starting with the first page, Country K-9, they withdrew their request, is that right, O'Brien?
Yes, sir. They have a donation that will last them throughout the year.
Mhm.
So they decided that they were not going to request money from the county, but they wanted to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
keep you guys aware that they are there and they will apply again next year.
Right.
All right. Who else did not?
Power Me Day, they didn't put an application in.
Empower Me Day Camp did not put in an app.
They didn't request
Didn't
anything.
request anything.
Company University, no. Hang on. I have Vine Branch Fellowship pulled out here.
Right, they turned in an application but did not
Did not
apply,
show up.
or did not show up.
Who is it?
Vine Branch. I'll
Why
send
can I
you
not
this
find this
list
on the
too.
list?
This is the ones that applied but did not.
Oh,
What is that labeled as on here?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. On the list, where are they located at? The Vine Branch.
That this was their first time applying.
Okay, so they work. They're not.
So
Okay,
they're on the list.
they're not even on this.
Right.
Okay.
I don't remember Empower Me Day Camp.
They didn't.
They didn't apply
Mm.
either.
We have an application for Home Safe of Sumner, Wilson, and Robertson counties.
Yes, sir.
They did not
Attend.
present.
Mhm.
Home Safe.
They're two below Empower Me Day Camp.
Okay.
Restoration Community Outreach did not present.
Restoration Community Outreach did not present. Yeah. It's going to be your second page, the fifth one down.
There it is. West, that goes in the other stack. West Wilson Basketball Association.
Do it.
So that's it for that stack. It did not present.
So that's it for this. Okay.
think if we want to start with, sort of do what we did on the last ones, look at the ones that are asking for the same amount as last year. So if someone has a problem with those, then we can get those knocked out of the way and move through this pretty quick.
Let's do it.
So by my calculations, Brooks House is asking for 7,000. They received 7,000 last year.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm good with that.
Agreed.
Man, wow, there's so much stuff in here. Yep, I don't know what that would do.
Mid-Cumberland or Young Marines.
Is Brooks House, how is it listed on the application? Barney?
It should be your second one off the top.
I'm
Yeah,
skipping.
right behind Big
Right behind
Brothers.
Big Brothers.
Well,
Split
I've
community
got mine all
homes
out.
out.
Sorry.
40.
Right here.
There it is, found it.
Okay.
It's listed as community homeless
Yeah.
outreach, okay.
I think they're 501c3 still in the Brooks House though.
Yep. All right, so we're good on that one. All right, so the next one, that would be no increase.
Next one down is going to be probably your Mid-Cumberland Young Marines. 25.
2,500 for Mid-Cumberland Young Marines.
Let's verify that. You got it there. Trophy loco. Way down here. Got it right here. Yes, that's correct. 2,500.
I'm good with that.
Good with that? 2,500 for Young Marines?
2,500 for Young Marines.
Correct.
Vietnam Veterans of America is asking for the same as last year. That would have been $4,000.
I'm good with that.
You got it pulled there, Danny?
Yep.
You verified that one?
That's right.
All right. You good with that? What's your next one?
Watertown Senior Citizens is asking for the same 2,000 that they received last year.
Virginia's gonna pay that.
You want me to pay it? Don't you say?
I mean, you're a mayor.
If you'll pick up all the Mount Juliet, we'll do that.
I don't live in Mount Juliet.
Oh,
Oh, man.
okay. We serve people outside the city. I say we, I'm not a member, but I'm
I
eligible.
know.
I'm eligible.
I
You've
can't
already
wait to
pointed
have
that
mine.
out. You probably want that in the minutes too, don't
It'd be nice.
you? Yeah, I better put that in. See if you, yeah, you catch it. You read your minutes. You catch it.
Look for now there.
We're still trying to find it.
Wilson Brooks from Birth.
Watertown
Seniors.
Y'all been too fast. No, man,
I've already pulled it.
my hands don't get, work that well.
It's gonna look like this.
I got it.
Yeah, it's 2,000. I verified it.
Wilson Books from Burke, I have put the same thing around 9,500.
I just had it right here. Stars. Right here.
Yes.
Yes, 95. We're good with that. No- Wilson Books from Birth, 9,500.
I am.
All right.
Wilson County Emergency Services Rehab is actually asking for 500 less than they received last year.
$7,000.
They're asking for 7,000. This is
I wanna-
7,500.
You said for the, what they're asking for 7. I want to leave it at 75. It's the will of the committee. I mean, it's, they go nonstop.
They do, but right now I've got a balance of
Okay.
about $500 where they've
Oh.
turned in their insurance
Okay.
and stuff. So, I mean, if they don't request that funding back from me,
Mm-hmm.
we lose it.
Okay. Okay.
So, just to keep that in mind, you can keep it at 7,500, but I just wanted to put that out there.
So, but they only request themselves for annual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good to just
Leave
go
it set.
with what they request.
Okay. 7,000 it is.
Would you- would-
Rehab.
For rehab,
7,000.
for Wilson County Emergency Service Rehab Association.
Just decided on 7,000.
7,000.
Okay.
I guess we need LeBronya's input on this, because I guess I'm still not wrapping my head around the Civic League. Because they're split up in so many lines here. We awarded them,
So we awarded them 2,400 out of the recreation side. And then, last year, we kept the seniors separate from the other two programs that they offer. I believe we gave the seniors 30, we gave them 5,300
Mm-hmm.
last year alone.
Mhm.
And then the civic tutoring program received 4,000 by themselves.
Mhm.
So that's tutoring and the arts program. And I believe they mentioned one more, but I can't recall. That might have been recreation.
So it's $9,300. No, I'm sorry. 5,393 plus.
I'm gonna have to go back and find it. I guess I'm just trying to figure out how much they're actually asking. Here it is. In addition to what was given last year.
I gotcha. So we did 2,400, 300, 4,000.
I'm missing 24.
I don't know where you get that.
I know. And then 2,400. Okay. So in total, the Civic League received $11,700 from us.
Okay, that's what I got.
Mm-hmm. And what are they requesting?
14,500.
So 2,800.
What you thinking, Mr. Danny?
Why don't we hold off on that one until we get toward the end and see what we have left?
Okay, we'll keep moving. You good with that, Danny?
Yep, we'll come back to that one.
All right, I think we're there at the end.
We
Besides
are.
Wilson Rides. So we're back to where we're starting. So how much money have we got allocated right now, Ms. LeBron?
$22,500. No. $29,500. No, 32,000.
Which one we got?
I keep adding, 32,000.
Yeah. So,
What'd you come up to?
32,000.
Show Bulldog there, 32,000. He ain't the only one can add. We add up on the east end too.
I wasn't even adding up.
Oh.
so what, we're at
I
100,
had to catch up to you.
so we're at 156.5, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, here we go.
He's got 156 left to divide up.
166.5.
Cedarcroft,
All right, Cedar Croft.
it's just jumped out at me. They're only asking for $706.50 more than they got last year. I can't.
Give them $6,000.
That's a very specific number. They're obviously got something very specific they want to use that money for. I have no problem with that. Or do
Okay.
6,000, I'm good with that.
I'm good with 6,000 for Cedar Croft.
Okay.
Keep on rolling 30 matches. Somebody been on for 5 years too.
We can jump back to top. Big Brothers of Mount Juliet's asking for a $500 increase.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
You good with that? 3,000, Mr. Fields?
For Big Brother, yeah.
Let me get these out of my stack.
He was good, didn't he?
Yeah, mattresses. I knew that was a specific ask.
Yeah, I think it was, that's why I remember mattresses. We had Cedar Seniors.
Because this one has the,
Let's just work down the line. Let's just do that for now.
2,500.
new issue
Cedar,
is 50.
Cedar Senior Citizens.
Yeah, that's for 12,500.
Okay, so it's back down.
Is it 4?
You're welcome.
Cedars.
I didn't even make them fill out application because we put the
Provide
resolution.
seniors adult to balance lunch. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I believe it.
That's all I need to hear.
was
12.5. You good with that?
That's what they're asking for.
All right, 12.5 for Cedars Senior Citizen. What's Cheers Health?
So Cheris is, they provide medical, they have a clinic in Mount Juliet, they provide medical care to those that cannot afford it or the uninsured. Let me get their application for it.
Asking double their.
Mm-hmm. She said she was, a lot of it they have to eat.
I think the main part for them was their, is
EKG,
their EKG machine. was
Machine and also the labs, something to do with labs. I remember her
Correct.
saying that.
Yeah, the lab fee increased and the EKG machine was needing to be repaired or replaced. Yeah, I think COVID kind of wiped out anything they had built up to that point.
And they've been on 5,000 for the last 4 years. I'll entertain the thought of meeting them at 10,000. If that's the will of the committee.
If we have it available, I can second that.
Let's go ahead and put it down for, and we'll revisit if we have to. So right now, we'll do 10,000. Is that good with you guys?
Sure.
Compassionate Hands, that's a, I think we're gonna have to come back to that one. It's an extremely large increase.
All right, so we'll come back to Compassionate Hands.
Next would be Cumberland Mental Health Services.
It's pretty thick on the top, but there it's about half inch thick. They're asking for a $4,000 increase, it looks like. Mm-hmm.
I believe he said a lot of that was just for medications and stuff. Am I remembering that correctly? And some additional training.
Can do 23. Meet them halfway. They asking for 4,000 more, give them
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So 23, is that what you said?
Yep.
23,000 for Cumberland Mental Health.
2. They may have me as a patient.
They might have you, or they already do.
Not already?
No, I'm out. I've graduated, but I'm gonna have to go
Okay.
back.
What is this Cumberland University that's on this list here? It's showing. I don't have anything wrote down. I don't think they submitted. I don't think they
The only thing that
presented yesterday.
the only thing I heard from Cumberland University was in reference to the ball fields, and that was the last thing. And I think we've already dealt with that. So,
Yeah, I don't have anything written down over here to the sides. They must have not. presented.
LeBronia, can you speak on that by any chance?
I don't even see another application.
So they did not apply.
Okay.
Normally with this health and welfare side of
Okay.
things.
Okay.
When they applied, it's for their arts program or some other kind of program that they're running temporarily,
Mhm.
that they'll just come request funding for.
Okay, so they did not apply.
Correct.
Okay. Next, Drubco.
Drug Free Wilco is asking for a $500 increase. That's to assist in their school programs that they're.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, they,
$500 increase for 1,500.
Mhm. It's
Habitat for Humanity is next.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you say?
Habitat for Humanity.
Mhm.
They're actually asking for half of what they received last year.
I'm good with that.
remember I questioned her about the availability of materials and stuff. And she said that.
All right. So we're doing $2,500 for the Habitat Humanity for what they requested.
Okay.
Leadership Wilson,
Okay, so we're gonna skip home safe because they didn't show up, right?
they did
Home
not.
Safe did not show up. No, sir, they did not.
Leadership Wilson has gotten 2,000 in the past, each fiscal year of 2020, 21, and 22, and not received a grant last year. They're asking for 6780 this year.
Let's see. Here, let me get that pulled up.
Never seen it.
Just this one. And we did last year, and we have Commissioner Fowler has issues, so they didn't know what they needed.
I'm catching the black handwriting. Here it is. On back, keep on going there, Mr. Fields.
No,
It's, it's gonna have the,
I'm kind of mixed. I got it mixed up with.
Okay.
somebody else. I remember seeing it. I remember Dory.
hey. This is last year. It's an
I
asset.
think that's one of the ones you gotta flip over on its back to see
Yeah.
the.
That's what I was wondering. I'm looking at it now.
Total revenue they received last year was 58,697 just on gross, on direct and indirect public contributions. So they received 21,428 in contributions from public. Government grants 2,750. Program service revenue is 24,000. Special events activities 10,000. I will entertain. She's asking for 67. I'll double them and I'll give them 4,000. Entertain for what they've been earning.
I have no idea.
I'm sorry.
Who are we discussing?
Leadership Wilson.
Leadership Wilson.
Okay.
She asked for
Here.
6780.
Yes.
Cool.
2,000. So we'll give her 4,000 for Leadership Wilson.
Next would be Lebanon Senior Citizen Center.
I have a problem with this, I'll be honest with you. I'm just comparing, and I don't know what happened to Wolf, but I know what happened to Mount Juliet. Any activity that a member of Mount Juliet Senior Center wants to do, they pay for it. 90% of the time. like Lebanon, as I understand, is all gratis.
Is what?
They have gratis, I mean, it's free.
I didn't hear you, which there,
There's
sorry.
1,300, 1,300 members compared to 450 at Mount Juliet. Mount Juliet is in a dilapidated building. It's falling to the ground. They didn't ask for much. They've got 1,300 members, and they're asking for $30,000. I could go with giving them what they received last year, but I cannot agree with giving them anything else. And to join Mount Juliet costs you $60 a year. 11 of them are charging $35. They got 1,300 members. They could make it up in membership fees.
And I'll second that because looking back, that the last 3 years prior was 21.5, and then last year they did increase them to 24.5. So I'll second your motion to keep them at 24.5.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. So 24,500 for Lebanon Senior Citizen Center.
Next would be Love One Another Joseph Storehouse.
They're only asking for a $300 increase.
Are they?
That is correct. He is asking for a $300 increase, and he said that most of that is due to the increase in the transportation cost.
So I put them at 9,000.
Yep.
And put them at 9,000.
And if we have any extra, I wouldn't mind helping them out some more.
We can go with 9,000, and we can go back and look if we need to. I'm good with that.
All right.
We're skipping over the, no, we're not, that's Matt Cumberland. I believe this is another one of those that LeBron is gonna have to explain to us. 'Cause
There
This
were-
is the one that's got multiple, Mid-Cumberland.
What'd they have last year, LeBron? You?
5,000.
So they're asking for an additional 5,000.
Oh,
Asking for
sorry.
16,251.
So they're asking for 16,251. What'd they get last year?
they got 5,000 last year.
Are we combining all of them together?
That is all of them.
That's all they want. Okay, that's all they got last year.
Yeah.
Okay, my apologies. I did not see that. So they're asking for additional 15,000, however much. Where's the application?
26, 47, 63, 13, 18. Actually, if my math is correct, they were asking for less.
Than what they received the year before.
Out of 5,000, 7,400 makes 12,400. 1,500 makes 13,900. 2,100 makes 16. And 2,600 makes 18,600.
Yeah.
If you combine all these together, you know, what we all thought was very, very unusual, but I'll add it again, 12, 4, 15.
You're right.
You're right.
You're right.
So it's basically $2,400 less.
But all they were allocated last year was 5,000.
Now, maybe that 2,400 was what we went to recreation.
No, that was
Mhm,
civically.
So that's civically.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's funny, it came out the same number.
So that was, 1 second. Talk to me, Goose. What y'all want to do?
I'm sure they'll have some incidental costs that they probably didn't include. So I wouldn't mind granting them their request and adding another $1,200, make it $17,500.
Don't look at me.
That's,
I mean, they've got, what, 6 different agencies. So you know they're gonna have some incidental costs that they probably didn't figure in.
and all they got last year was 5,000.
Correct.
So we're looking at, compared to what we have in front of us, an additional, that's going to be 13,600 of a difference. So you're wanting to give them the 16 or the 16,251.07, or
At least grant them that request, but I think it's going to 17.5. I mean, that's what, another 1,200. Because y'all, I mean, with this many different divisions or subdivisions,
Mhm.
somebody's probably going to go over. More likely than not, historically.
Let's look at their revenue, what they're bringing in. Ending fund balance was
Historically,
Total revenue is $4 million.
their, what was their revenue?
You're the finance person.
Total revenue is $4 million. Total expenses is showing $4 million.
I'm sure that sorry about that.
So we're looking at
Fund balance is 15,000 right now.
15 million.
Oh, 15 million, yes.
So their fund balance, ending fund balance is 15,455,353.
Yeah, they draw money from every
No.
Every county.
This is a multi-county agency.
So they're serving multi-counties on
Correct.
that is what.
Okay.
I'm of the mind to maybe not do the 5,000 we did last year, maybe do 8. That's half of what they requested. I think that's fair.
I just have a problem when, if their ending fund balance is $15,455,356. I've even given them 8. I say
5?
5,000 and leave it where it was at. I think that's probably why the committee left it at 5,000 last year.
I hate to speculate on what somebody else done, but
Sure.
you're probably not far off.
Just looking at what I'm seeing in my hand of that much within their ending fund balance, it get them an additional $17,000 is kind of. I think we could probably reallocate that somewhere else.
5,000.
Okay.
I-
You good with that?
I'm good with
5,000. Next up, we have the Mount Juliet West Senior Citizens. They're requesting
20,000.
20,000.
They've received 13.5 in the past 4 years. This is to offset the cost of utilities, insurance, building maintenance. That's an additional $6,500.
Yeah. And believe me, they need it. I wish Tyler were here because he's on the board.
Yeah, I sat through actually one of their meetings where a lot of folks have stressed and had a lot of concerns, and they're just the facility. I know that I think the city is working to try to find a solution of what to do in that situation. I don't know as much to be able to speak on behalf of all that, but I know I had sat in on a meeting where the public had really showed a lot of concern. I'd like to see them, I'd go with what they're requesting. Motion to give them the 20,000. Are you go with that, Mr. Denny?
I'm good with that.
20,000 to the Mount Juliet West senior citizens.
I think this is a good time to ask where we're at.
153,000.
Okay.
He ain't paying me no attention.
I'm trying to see some major, like that, some major, what that is for.
That's that Civic League.
Okay. That's a big bump, yeah.
This is only 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's Salvation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's only 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'd give them 5 million if I could.
Okay. Here. We have to, is that taking the 50,000 out for the New Lease on Life already?
That
The
is.
188.
Okay, okay. So we can go ahead and just give them the 50,000? Is that what we're, for the New Lease on Life?
That's
Uh-huh.
automatic.
Okay, that's automatic 50,000. So West Wilson Community Health Center, they're asking for 10.
Tim.
This is on here, it's just Mount Juliet, so
Mount Juliet Health Center.
it's on the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're almost there, guys. There. Any comments? Anybody want to entertain a motion?
I make a motion to grant it, 10,000.
You know, their main goal is to feed the needy, and we've all bought groceries recently,
Yep.
and there ain't no question that
Matt.
that's a need in my mind.
I agree. Mount Juliet West Wilson Community Help Center for 10,000.
Prospect is asking for 5,000. That's a $1,000 increase in over last year of 4,000, and I'd give them 5 million if I had it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no problem with the $1,000 increase.
I'll second that, Mr. Fields.
You know,
So we are going for 5,000 for Prospect and Company for what they requested.
If I can find it again.
Did the solid food box program, did the food box program come before us last night?
They did not.
Did not, okay.
They didn't apply, they didn't
Okay.
request funding this year.
Where is Prospect?
It's listed under Easter Seals Prospect.
There it is.
oh, no, I thought about salt bars.
Oh.
Next would be
Salvation Army would be next.
Salvation Army's asking for a $1,000 increase over the 5,000 they received last year.
I'll second that.
What'd y'all do with the restoration community outreach?
They did not
Did
submit.
not apply.
They did not.
Or they didn't attend.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm looking back here at Salvation. You're good with it. I think they're asked for 5,000 this year. Last year, it looks like they received 5. They asked for 6 this year. They received a total of 5 last year. In all 3 years prior to that, they received 4,500. So they only got a $500 increase last year. They're only asking for another 1,000 this year. And I'm like Justin said, I'm good with that.
6,000 for the Salvation Army Center of Hope. National Stars did not.
Southern Stars. did.
Southern Stars did not come before us.
Yes, they did.
They did.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're the ones with the horses.
This is the horse therapy out on Cairo Bend Road. They're asking for a $500 increase.
Where we at?
Because they went down the year before, almost 1,000.
So Stars, the National Stars did not come before us, though, right?
Where?
This, the National
Oh,
Stars.
Nashville Stars. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
No, National Stars did not come before
I
us.
didn't see
Okay.
that.
All right. Now we're at the Stars. The Southern Stars, they're asking for how much?
2,500.
Okay. I'm good with that. 2,500 for Southern Stars. Where are we at now, Ms. LeBrania?
176,500 gives you 12,000 to go. Now on the first page, you've still got to look at Taurus and Compassionate Hands. And then on the second page, you still got Christmas for All and the Civic League Seniors. And then the Wilson County Help Center, Wilson Rides.
And we only have, what, 16,000 there?
12,000.
You got more requests than you got money.
That's where it gets fun, guys. Where we at?
Wilson Books from Birth.
Go ahead.
You've already given them the 9,500. So we're at,
We did get. I thought we did.
Wilson Christmas for All.
If I tied it up right, the remaining requests are somewhere around 45,000, and we don't have near that much available. If I counted everything correctly.
So we're at 45,000 over, you're saying?
If,
Hmm.
just going through what, how quickly added up what we're still addressing as requesting, it's like 45,000, we'll have like 16,000 to play with.
Okay.
So we'll have to go back and
Start trimming.
start trimming.
It's kind of the reason I suggested starting with what they did last year and then figure out what you had left, go back and allocate it where you wanted to.
What's your ideas, folks? Mr. Fields?
Go back to where we approved some of these increases and, you know, cut 500 here, 1,000 here. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we can't come up with 40
No.
or $30,000,
Mm-hmm.
you know, cutting, but we can maybe come up with 12 to 18, somewhere along there. I hate to, but,
Sure.
you know, money doesn't grow on trees.
Mm-hmm. But this, going from the top. Let's do, we gave $4,000 on the top for the West Wilson Community Help Center. I'm looking at some ones that we've given pretty significant increases. For,
For the senior center, I mean, we gave them, as much as I hate to say it, we gave them $6,500, which we can cut that. Still increase it, but not go all the way to 20,000.
How about we give them 15 instead of 20?
who's this?
Not Juliet West senior citizens.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So 15,000 for West Wilson senior citizens.
That gives us 5.
Mm-hmm.
If we look at the community health center alone and leave it, we increase theirs by 4.
Mm-hmm.
Call it 8.
I'd say
Either 8 or 7,500.
I would do
7,500, still a 25% increase.
7,500.
7,500 for West Wilson Community Health versus the 6,000 that they have been.
Yes.
Okay. Say Cumberland Mental Health. Leave it at 21.
Yes, so when we go to 25 and we negotiate it down to 23, yeah, let's leave it at 21.
21 for Cumberland Mental Health.
Yep.
What did we say for, did we adjust, which one did we adjust for Lebanon Senior? Was it the Cedar Senior? Cedar Senior Citizens, what did we go down?
Yeah.
What did we put, what did we give them? Did we change that?
24.5, same thing we got last year.
I'm sorry, what now?
They wanted 30,000 and we went to 24.5, what they received last year. which is a $3,000 increase on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the Cedars.
Oh,
I'm
Cedars.
sorry, Cedars.
I think they got 10 last year,
Okay.
and we gave them 12.5 this year.
There it is.
So you wanna, are you thinking of adjusting them?
Thinking about it.
Okay.
Instead of doing a 5,000 increase on Cheris Health Center, what about 7,000? We'll give her 2,000 more from.
That's what I was headed for.
I know
So
But-
7.
it's tough. We can discuss it. What are you thinking?
7 or 7,500, one or the other.
7,500.
Okay. So take it to 7,500.
What is that, our new total there?
I'm about to add it up.
Mhm.
Sorry. $164,500.
Okay. I want to look at Wilson County Christmas for All next, and say we go with this. Hang on. Before I say anything else, let me just read something. What's the difference in that? You said now?
24,000 is
24.
what you've got to play with.
7,500 for Wilson County Christmas for All.
Put that in pencil.
Okay.
Okay.
Wilson County Community Help Center. I'm thinking $8,500 increase. Anybody else want to meet me out there or something?
You said what, 85?
Mm-hmm.
How about 8,000?
8,000?
Yeah. 8,000 for the Community Help Center.
Wilson Rides, 6,500.
me just say something about that. I talked to Gaylen afterwards last night,
Mhm.
and the 1,000 license plate that had to be bought to be produced have been purchased. One gentleman bought 300 and something. What she needs is about 150 names, individual names that are willing to go ahead and take a free one this year and then pay the $35 extra, as a
Mhm.
renewal.
Mhm.
So she's gonna be getting, a lot of money once those are produced. I'm not saying she doesn't need it. And maybe she figured that money into this big increase, I don't know.
Tell you what, how about
I think
this?
that's something we need to consider.
What about, instead of 4,000, cut it to the 25, what she got the year before? Or am I just ludicrous doing
How many do we got left?
Let's see, Wilson Rides, the Civic League, Tutoring and Arts, and then the Civic League Seniors. We want to come back and visit Christmas for All, and then Compassionate Hands.
And we got how much left right now?
16,000.
16,000.
Just even on those two is going to be 9,300 for the seniors, the Civic League. If we kept it at even, and if you add the 4, it's going to be 13. And we've got we're close. What you thinking? Fields?
What?
Do we want to keep it at 4 right now, or do we want to?
Why don't we go back and okay,
You want to revisit that at the end?
we know we're gonna be short.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we prioritize the ones that we haven't done yet,
Mm-hmm.
that we've kind of said we prefer to defer those? Go ahead and prioritize, in our
So-
opinion, what would be priority number 1? And then go from there. And not necessarily granting
Right.
their request, but
Mm-hmm. Right now, I'd say go ahead and address the civic leagues right now, unless I'm overlooking one. I know I've got a question mark beside Compassionate Hands I want to come back to. And the Love One Another, the Joseph Storehouse, a question mark that we wanted to revisit earlier from yours. That's from the front page.
so you said the city league would be number 1.
That what we need to look at. We have 16,000, correct? 16,000.
And if you add up what we,
Well, if you do the 2 for the civic lead,
and Compassion has a 31,000 or 29,500, just the 2 of those. And then you add in another 10,500, 40.
mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna be the bad guy here, and, cause somebody's gonna have to do it. We only got so much money, and, we're down to the home stretch here. Compassion Hands asked for 15,000. They got 3,500 last year. I don't think we've given anybody that kind of increase. And somebody jump up and correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't given anybody that large of an increase.
No.
So I would be willing to say 5,000 for Compassionate Hands, and that will probably clear up a whole lot of what Mr. Fields was just talking about.
Okay. So we're penciling 5,000 for Compassionate Hands.
What if we went to 6?
For Compassionate Hands,
Mm-hmm.
let's get through before we can try 6. If you want to try 6, we can try it. 6 for Compassionate.
I'm gonna put in light pencil.
There you go.
What does that leave us? Wilson Rides, the Civic League,
Christmas for all,
and Christmas.
unless we want to go with the 7,500 that I did not add in. So if I add in the 7,500, we'll have $3,000 left to split between Wilson Rides and the seniors, Civic League, seniors, and tutoring and arts program.
We'll drop this back to 5,000.
Okay.
Wilson County Christmas for all, we're just gonna go with the 5,000 on that.
Keep it even across the board.
What's the total now?
Hang on. This is the fun part.
Mhm.
$183,500.
$3,000. Right. No.
Mhm. 5. No, yeah, we got 188.5. So we got 5,000 left.
We still have how much? How many more?
2.
Not yet.
Just 2 more?
Wilson Rides and the Civic League.
Okay.
How much did you say?
It'll be 5,000. I think Dory, Wilson, or Leadership Wilson, will be happy with maybe, she's been getting 2,000, never really complained. If you want to give her 2,500, I know it's helping to pay for the kids that go through the program. That'll free up a little bit
2,500 for
for,
leadership.
Well,
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
that's good with me.
I mean, the committee last year removed funding for her,
Mm-hmm.
so to get back on the board, we could go with the rules that say when you're reapplying from not receiving something, you could go with the 2,500
Mm-hmm.
as a starting block and build from there. But if y'all are good with that, that'll give us a little bit more money to play with.
So that's $7,500 right there. So
That's.
If we took another 1,000 from compassionate hands, made it 5,000 instead of 6,
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
that gives us 8,500 to work with. I would say
Put it over here.
absolutely just give Wilson Rides 4 and give the rest of it to the Civic League.
you hear that, Mr. Fields?
I think I heard to give Wilson Rides 4, which is what they got last year, and the rest of the city league.
Decrease the compassionate hands from 6 to 5. It still is more than what they had last year. And then give the, what does that leave us at? Extra 1,000, so that'd be
Do 5 for Wilson Rides, say Danny.
what'd you say for?
Say 4 or 5,
4 for Wilson Rides.
same we got last year.
What does that leave us with?
Did we do the Civic League Senior Citizens and the Touring Arts program?
Together. That's what we got.
That's what we have to deal with right now.
So that leaves us 3,500.
Did you take compassionate hands down from 6 to 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And what are they asking for? 9.3 left or what? Or I mean from last year? What do we have left? Is this what we have left?
That's what their total ask was.
Oh, okay. I got
We
you.
took 20, we gave 24 of that away already to the Civic League on the sports side of that.
So how many more do we have left?
That's it. We have $3,500 left, unless we trim more. That's what the Civic League gets.
Civic League? That's all we have left, Civic League?
Yep.
And they're asking for 4?
They're asking for 14,500,
And all we have is 3,000 left?
3,500.
35?
But now 24 of that 14.5
Mm-hmm.
went into the
From the other
Civic
one.
League's sports item.
Mm-hmm.
So really, they're asking for,
12.
12 more. So this is my proposal. We give them the 13.5, and we asked for a needs assessment of 10,000 for the Civic League. That would increase our total budget for the health and welfare by only 10,000.
Where you going with 13.5? I got a 14.5.
He's saying give them.
3,500. That's what we have left over.
Okay.
We can ask
And then ask for 10,000.
for 10,000.
Well,
When's the last time this health and welfare budget was increased? Last year?
Do you know?
I,
It's went down.
what's my numbers across the bottom for 20?
238, 500.
So if it changed at all, it would have been in,
Before 2020.
yeah, 19. It would
Was
have.
that 50,000 goes to new lease on life?
Mhm.
Well, the on the sports side of this, sports and recreation side of this, they got a $3,000 increase 2 years ago. On the health and welfare side of this, there's not been an increase in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I mean,
I mean, you're basically asking for less than 2% increase, at 10 grand.
I still don't think that we should.
Increase the budget.
Yeah, I don't think we need to increase that. I think we need to look, make a decision if we just want to give them that or not and be done with it. Because we have a lot more that we have to address in the county. And like I said, all this is grants, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to sit here and give grants, keep giving grants out whenever we have a lot of needs within the county and government. So I'd hate to have to go to the committee and the budget in reference to asking them to increase it right now. I just don't think it'd be a good idea. Is there anything else that you guys can see that we can cut?
Well, I mean, some of these, you know, some of these are dear to all of us, but,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I say, money doesn't grow on trees, so. And I know drug-free will go up, because I'm a member, but we can cut 500 out of that, and we should give Tammy the 1,000 that she got last year.
I'm looking.
Prospect is part of Easter Seals. That's a bigger organization. They may be able to get more funding with them.
That was my second one.
So we may be able to take 1,000 from them.
To leave it at 4,000 what they received last year.
Uh-huh.
Let's
Yeah.
work that. Let's do that. 4,000 from Prospect.
I think we only have the 2 help centers listed, the one in Mount Juliet and the one here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Julia, we agreed on 7,500, that's a $1,500 increase.
Well, I was gonna say, let's knock the help center here back down to 7,500. That'll give you that'll keep them more in line together. You're not doing more for one part of the county than you are the other. Totally up to y'all. I'm just giving my
Yeah.
opinion only.
And where was that at? That was on the,
Wilson County Community Help Center, second page down at the bottom, third one. We agreed on 8.
okay. I'm good with that. So let's do, if the will of committee, we'll keep it 75 and also 75 for the, I believe, yeah, Mount Juliet 75, keep them in. Where's that put us at, LeBron?
So we gave back.
I know, sorry.
It's okay. So that would put us in, right at 5,000. We had 3,500. We gave back 1,000 into that pot and then added an additional 5. Is that right? Do I know how to do math? I don't.
gave the Cedars senior citizens
Mhm.
$2,500 increase.
Okay.
I can propose a way, but you may not like it.
Do what?
I can propose a way, but you may not like it.
What you got there, Mayor?
Go back to everybody that applied here on this right-hand side and give them what they got last year. There's a couple that I see here that y'all said that they got money, but they didn't make a request. I think that leaves you about $5,500 to spread out wherever you want to spread it. That's not much, but it funds everybody at the same amount they got last year. If you stay with what's in that right-hand column.
You can try that.
And there'll be a lot of people mad at me for suggesting that, but
No, just the one that added all the stuff up.
yeah, well, I added this in my head.
Yeah.
But I had a starting point because you back out to 50, so you're at 188.5, and then y'all said, Country Canine Rescue withdrew their request, so there's $4,000 for you there.
Mhm.
Home Safe
Right.
did not apply, so there's $5,000. Now, that messes up Leadership Wilson because they didn't get anything last year. And I saw another one that did not apply. Restoration Community Outreach got 2 last year, that's 7. Salt Food Box Program, that's 8,500. So I was wrong, you got $8,500 to spread out. If you give everybody the same amount they got last year, and then you decide where you want that 8,500 to go.
There you go.
Just a suggestion.
Well, you actually got a little bit more than that, because you could, Wilson County Emergency Services reduced theirs from 7,500 to 7,000, so.
Yeah, but I'm saying give them what they got last year,
I
don't
know, but if they only requested 7,000, so I.
So there's been some applications where we actually just didn't give them what they got last year because they requested less.
All right, but you're gonna convolute the thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, you are. You've been working on this almost 2 hours now. I'm just trying to suggest a way to get you off some.
How much more we need? Off the top of your head. Who we liking? The Civic League?
Civic League.
And how much we need, or what they're requesting?
I mean,
They're requesting basically 12. Out of that 14.5, we already allocated 2,400 of their request. They're basically requesting, would you say 12-1?
if you take out the, rep,
That's about,
And we have, one more time, LeBron, how much? 55?
Even 5,000. right
Even
now.
5.
well, how about this?
So it's showing 9 that they got last year. 9.3.
Mm-hmm. How about I'm for Salvation Army, I love them. We're at 6. We cut them, leave them at 5. Compared to the past 3 years, they went from 1,500 to 5 last year. If we leave them at 5,
Mm-hmm.
so that would free us up 1,000.
Yes.
So 5,000 there. Southern Stars, leave them at 2,000, what they had last year.
Okay.
That gives us 500. So that's $1,500 on top of that. So that's how much did we give Wilson Rides this year? You said 4.
that's
Yes.
what we
Uh-huh.
approved, or agreed upon, because that's what they got last year.
Drug-free Wilco, leave her at 1,000. I'm good with that. Same as she had last year.
I'm good with that.
We're giving Lebanon Senior Citizen Center 24.5, which is the same thing they got last year. Last year, they got an increase in $3,000 from the previous years.
Okay.
We're only giving Mountain Juliet Senior Citizens $15,000.
Okay. So were you,
They do charge for memberships. They do have a funding source there.
so what are you trying to say? What do you want to do? You want to decrease the amount, Juliet? Is that what you're looking at, or no?
No,
You're looking at the
that's not.
Decrease Lebanon?
Lebanon's?
They can decrease in Lebanon's by 1,000.
So put them at 23?
23.5.
I'm good with that. So dropping that to 23.5.
If that gets us anywhere close to $9,000, I'm happy.
If we split the difference between the two, give the Civic League seniors 4,000 and keep the tutoring and arts program at 4,000, we're gonna break even.
Let's
There it
keep it
is.
that. So what they get for the Civic League senior citizens? We give them
4,000,
About
4,000.
4,000 each.
4,000 for senior citizens,
Senior
4,000 for the
citizens.
tutor and arts
Uh-huh.
program.
And then the tutoring.
Okay.
So I'll add up real quick just to make sure numbers are on point.
next year from around. I'm doing it the Mike's way. No. I think it worked out well. Last night we were here till 9. So.
Not me, I don't learn nothing if I don't do it the hard way.
Right. That's right.
Well, my way may be the hard way, you never know. Y'all see my minutes sometimes when we discuss an issue, and I'll say much discussion because I don't put down everything. that's said.
Yeah, that's fine. Totally.
You may
fine.
see much
Hey.
discussion on this.
Refer to video. refer to recording.
The rookie committee had much discussion.
Hey,
Nah,
I think we did all right.
That's right. I ain't gonna take shots at you, I'm gonna have a little fun.
Well, we are, all rookies on it.
No, we're not gonna take shots at
I think we did all right. We were here last night till 9, so
you. You count that as a victory, huh, if we get out here 40 minutes early? All right.
that's a victory on that one.
Are you gonna send us an updated?
I'm gonna make sure she's got it here.
32 plus 6, 5. Perfect. I'm done.
All right, and y'all need to make a
will.
similar motion.
We will. I'll entertain the motion to accept what has been presented to the committee.
I'll make that motion as we amended.
So it's a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. None opposed. Passes to go on to budget. Any new business or any old business need to discuss? Any new business?
We have to address the health department
Yes.
Thursday, right?
Correct.
What I was gonna suggest, Mr. Chairman, to go along with that, everybody here tonight's been adding and scratching, whatever. Let LaBranya go back between now and Thursday night. If she finds out that there's a mistake somewhere, that y'all missed something, you can correct it Thursday.
Okay. Do we have to vote on that, or are we just good to go?
No, you would need to vote on it, but
Okay.
I have confidence she's gonna be absolutely right. I want everybody out in TV land to hear me
Yeah.
say that. But if for some reason her adding machine betrayed her,
Sure.
then we can fix it.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with my nail
That's
or my
correct.
finger.
That's correct.
So we got to make a motion on that, correct? You said that we need to
No,
vote?
you just, if
Okay.
it comes up, you,
If it does come up that something,
Yeah.
a clerical error, we'll have to readdress. We'll have to discuss that and
yeah.
address that. And
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday night, not only will you do the health department, you'll have to do the medical examiner's budget.
We hadn't advertised that. Do we have to do that by advertisement? Okay,
Just y'all having a committee meeting.
okay, okay. All right. Any new business? I guess that's it. All right.